Welcome to our first podcast, Take a Sip. We are your hosts. My name is Karma.
And I'm Karma. And I'm Jo. Beautiful. So what do you have in your teacup, Karma?
Cold tea.
Yeah,
Mine
went cold too as well, but that's
I
not
got
for me.
coffee and it was coffee that I made at home before I got here, so it's very cold.
So the juggle is real, motherhood and business is our topic. So that is juggling it today with cold teas and coffees. Lucky I have a microwave and we can quickly zap it. We can make it fresh one.
I'm used to having cold. I just drink it all day.
Yeah, I do too. By the end of the day, it becomes iced coffee.
Why do we do that to ourselves? Why? It's because we're juggling a million things.
Yeah, because we have 6 million things in our brains.
I'll be in one room and then I'm like, oh, okay, I've got to go and do something else in the other room. And then I completely ditch that type of thing that I had to do in that one room.
I love it. I love it. Well, today we're going to be talking about juggling. And you know what, ladies? This morning on the Today Show, because I love watching the Today Show on Channel 9, was a segment about Meghan Markle. Is it Meghan or Meghan?
Meghan. We're Aussies, we say Megan.
I say Meghan. So anyway, I think it's her daughter's birthday today. And there was a video all about Meghan twerking. And I'm like, oh my God, why is that even a segment? So did anyone see that this morning?
I saw nothing. I was too busy running out the house.
Joe, did you see
I
it?
also saw nothing.
Oh,
I don't really watch TV.
you don't watch TV. Well, look, we'll come back to that later on. But let's talk about the juggling. Like, tell me about a typical, let's talk about a Monday morning. A typical Monday. How much are you juggling all before like 9 a.m.? Tell me, Joe. Especially since your little ones started kindy this year. Like, how is that juggling?
You know what's funny though? When you think about it, you're like, oh my God, that's so much. But in the moment, you just kind of like an autopilot and you just do it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really think about, oh my God, I've got so many things to do in the morning. It's like I'm in robot mode. I get up, I have a shower, you brush your teeth, you do all of the things, and I creep into my son's room, wake him up. He's not a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
He hates being woken up. So what I'll do is normally I just go into his room and open up the blinds and then I walk back out because then it's like the sunlight wakes him up and I don't have to deal with it because he's just moody. And but yeah, and then I make my first coffee. That will be my last coffee of the day because it'll be cold. And yeah, I'm trying to get him to be more independent.
Yes.
And get him to sort of do things for himself. So in the morning he has a chore, which is make bed. So he knows he has to get up, get dressed, do all of the things. I pull all his clothes down and out for him, but he has to get dressed by himself. And then he's got to make his bed. He likes to make breakfast, so he'll come out and make his own breakfast after he's done everything else. So he's quite an independent kid for being only 5. But it's still, I have to brush him along because it takes him 40 minutes to brush one tooth.
Yes, we kind of forget, because we're so independent as adults, and that we need to be very patient with our children, and that's the one thing a parent needs.
That's hard.
And it's so hard because it's like, you should know better, but we have to remember that we've been
just kids.
5 years on this earth. We've been, I don't want to expose any ages, but we've been a bit longer. So that was a big struggle for me with my girls. When, if it wasn't for my best friend showing me that I can make my girls do things themselves, I would still be in the I'll do it for them.
And I think it's that whole, if I do it, it'll be quicker.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So then it's really hard to take a step back and be like, no, he's got to learn for himself. And instead of me just going, just hurry up, that is a really hard thing that I'm trying to stop myself in the moment and just be like, okay, no, he's got to learn. I just got to wake him up a little bit earlier so that they've got the buffer to, make it still out the door on time. But that's a hard thing.
Absolutely.
It is. That's why patience come in mind. So we all got to remember that. And you're also letting go of that bit of yourself. Like, oh my God, they're more independent now.
Yeah.
See, we're a bit more fresh in that. I feel like you're reminiscing your days.
It's so long
What
ago.
that was like.
So both your girls are in high school now,
They're
is
both
that
in high
right?
school. They do
Yeah.
everything themselves.
Yeah.
Like, The only time I wake them up is on a weekend because they're in the teenage. They don't want to sleep. So, but they think I'm so dramatic. I open it really slowly, the door, but they think I walk in and push the door open, and I'm like, I make a conscious effort not to scare them in the morning. But I know if I open the door, there's some light that comes in because we have shutters, so it's like they won't know what time of day it is. But they're always like, Mum, why did you like rush into the room? I'm like, I did it. So but I don't know if it's because they're
I
sleeping.
feel like that's teenage brain.
Yeah.
Because when I think back to when I was a teenager, I remember my mum being like that. She's like, but I didn't. I was quiet. And I was like, you were vacuuming and banging here.
Yeah.
This.
That's what I do it is. But if I don't like the max, I would say 10 o'clock. Anything after that, the whole day's gone. But I remember when I was growing up, my dad would be like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, he was the villain in my story for that weekend. Like 8 o'clock, and he keeps saying you're going to waste your whole day. I never understood that until as an adult, and now it's in my brain every time I wake up. My toilet, so our dad's doing right. You do waste the whole day.
Just depends what you do the night before. You know, some of us are night owls, so
Yeah, that's so true.
I'm sleeping early now. So for me, my typical weekday, because I've trained my girls to this point, I don't really do much in the mornings. Because the biggest thing was doing their lunches. So I've made them now that you're both in high school, it's your responsibility to do your lunches. So they do it the night before. But before that, so this time last year, I'd be up in the morning getting their lunches ready. And it was a task that I absolutely hated for some reason. I don't know. It's just like, and just thinking of what I needed to do, because there's so many other things I need to do that's more important. I just felt like my time was wasted in the morning when I could be doing other things.
And I'm the thick of lunches.
Yeah.
It just started and I already hated it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but so now they know, and I actually remind them. So for me, it's like I'm their time manager at this point in life. They're both 11 and 14, so I'm like their time manager person rather than their dictator. So if I know for example, we won't be home for an evening, I'll be like, all right, before we leave, make sure your lunches are ready, because they'll be too tired to do it when they come back. So my typical mornings are a lot better. So yes, Joe, stick at it. I promise you, it's worth it.
I hope so.
You know, just getting to shower themselves at his age, 5 years old.
Yeah.
Because like my friend, I remember this one time, she's like, I can see it because her daughters are the same age and they're showering themselves. I'm like, I want my kids to do that. And I just didn't even do it. You're doing it, but that's so cute watching them. And she said the hardest thing is to constantly correct them. You just got to let them do it and then learn.
yeah, they're gonna learn.
Yeah, and like doing their beds, it's not going to be perfect.
To speak to Miss Carla here, so of course you gotta let them learn.
Yeah, so doing their beds is not going to be perfect, but at least they get it done, and eventually they get better because they got little arms. So
Yeah. I mean, even like now that he's making his own bed, there's every fibre in my being is like, I want to go in and fix that bed after him. But I don't want to like take that away from here because
otherwise they stop.
Yeah, they're like, so I was just like, good job. Anyway, and I'm like, what is this mess?
I love it.
Well, I'm different. I've always loved making lunches, but I've done it the night before, and guess what? I still do it.
Oh,
So yeah,
I mean, you make us breakfast when we come here. So.
that's right. Yes.
You're such a nurturer.
I love being in my kitchen. So for me, juggling the school lunches, or now it's like work lunches, I've always done it the night before. It's just the way I roll. So in the morning, I'm juggling other things, and I don't do any school drop-offs anymore. My children are, one's 21 and one's almost 18. So, you know, now they're both working, but I still love making the lunches. And I've got labels on like everyone's lunch packs. Like, it's just the thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's so cute. And sometimes they're like, they get home and they're like, who had my lunch?
No.
Who had my lunch? Did you check my smoothie? Like, that's what I'm hearing lately. I was like, I've been forgetting to put the labels on. So they're really, really important in this household. But yeah, it's such a juggle. But for me, especially the last, 6 years juggling the 2 businesses,
Yeah, that'd be hard.
it was really hard. Like I said, I don't have any more school drop-offs, but those phone calls didn't stop and those emails didn't stop. So my juggle here, I'll tell you one thing, is I've got solar panels, and when we got them installed, they said to use the bulk of your, like your big major appliances during the day. That's my juggle.
Yeah. My
So
husband's
as
like,
soon as I wake up, everything is on it, like the dishwasher, the dryer, so that's my juggle all before 9.
I love it. I could get that. And I do it at night. And my husband will have his, because it's a solid pack.
You got
thing.
salad too?
We got solid, and he's got the app for it too. He's like, what did you turn on at this time? Leave alone.
It's my juggles at the moment, but yeah, we could like.
Is your washing machine and dryer on a timer? 'Cause that's the only way I do it.
Oh, I get up anyway.
Oh, okay.
What's on the timer?
Babe, this is why my
this
is why my mornings are
I only go to
device.
delay start.
Delay start, or my washing machine's on a timer too.
So you just load everything
But
like
everything in is put everything in and put the
We
stuff.
can do a training.
Babe, this is why my mornings are not that crazy. Because everything's on a timer, everything's on a schedule, it's set up.
Yeah. Delay start button.
Yeah. Some of them is a delay start,
I've seen-
some of them is a delay end. I don't like the delay end, that's my washing machine, so I always have to calculate backwards and then add the 2 hours and then.
Yeah.
that's too much math.
There's too much about
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just starting it now. I'm not leaving up, so I'm press.
Yeah, I can do it best.
Yeah, that's what I do. I normally just as soon as I get
Yeah,
up,
we've got to get up anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, the juggles. And what about business? Like, tell me, I mean, most of us now are working more from home unless you've got to go visit a client and shoot. So you ladies are both creatives. So do you work like Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, or do you
I try to have at least one day a week that I'm not shooting, and I try to keep that on a Monday. That helps me at least do my admin and all the other things. And then I try again another day. Like I try to get 2 days if I can. Like one for home, one for admin. Like for home stuff. So I'm pretty flexible at the moment. So I try to at least just block out 3 days a week.
Yeah.
But those 3 days can fall between a Tuesday or a Friday. Like I'm not set on certain days. But I try to avoid at all costs a Monday. Like a shoot.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I think it depends what your
Yeah.
business is.
Every week is sort of different.
You just kind of started, so you'll find me quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
true.
think that I've had a lot of clients lately that have not been from Sydney. So they've been from interstate. One of them's from overseas. I have 2 of them that are from overseas. And so the time difference is an issue. And so even though I would love to like restrict myself like 9 to 5 or like 9 to 3 when my son's at school, but sometimes realistically that's just not possible. So I do sometimes have to push, But again, like that's one of the, I guess, the downfalls of working for yourself is that sometimes you have to, do what you got to do. But in the same sense, I can also block out certain things that I've got to do. Like, for example, I've got to take my mom to an appointment this afternoon, so I know that I'm busy this afternoon, and so I can block that out. Which, obviously, if you're in a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job, you can't do, at least not regularly. And so it's, it's got its pros and cons. Like Monday mornings are usually blocked for me because my son has assembly every Monday, and so I want to be there. That's the whole reason why I chose to start my business and do it full time, is because I wanted to be there for my son's things. And so if that means that people just can't reach me on a Monday morning, then so be it.
That's good. I like that. And I like that we can have that flexibility. And again, it depends on your industry. So I'm in the creative space as well. So I've always juggled around my children. Same thing. If there was something on, a fete or some sort of assembly or Mother's Day store, I was always there juggling. And then the phone would ring and I would just go to voicemail, and you eventually can take the calls later. So it just depends on your type of business. But these days it's quite flexible for a lot of businesses I'm hearing. A lot of people are still working just from their laptops from hotspots or a cafe and
Yeah,
client meetings.
that's-
It really depends.
I had a scare the other day, and luckily I can work from home. So my daughter was marked absent
Oh,
at school, and then on her phone it says she's walking around like down the road. And my daughter's very responsible, and I can 100% tell you she'll never jig. So I'm like, she's kidnapped. Somebody's kidnapped my daughter. Why is she on Speed Street? What? You know? And I'm like, calling the school, and then like, no, she's not here. I'm like, no, she is at school. I saw her walk in, and she's not the type to run out. Like, she's too scared to even cross the road if I'm not there, right? So then I'm like, obviously calling her phone, but her phone can't be answered. But then she's going to go and check where she's at in the class, so she has to physically go. So in that meantime, I'm running, I'm jumping in the car, I'm heading down to that street, right? And then my daughter replied to me, she's like, I'm here, what's wrong? And I'm like, and then just because I know, I'm like, what's your, like, I gave her like a question that no one else would know, and she answered it, she's thinking like, what's this weirdo? Like, what if I kidnap her said?
Oh my God.
And then, anyway, then the school called me. I'm like, yeah, she's at school. I'm like, okay, thank God. And then I just burst into tears. It's
So
like,
is her school near Speed Street?
it's just
Bit more up.
a few blocks
Is
down.
it just like a location thing?
The phone, because it turned, she has to like put on flight mode, so it must have just stayed there. The location just stayed there as we drive. Because we drive past that.
Okay.
But like, I'm just, you know, like I couldn't breathe. I'm like,
Yeah, oh my gosh.
and then my husband's like, lucky you're in a position where you can actually drop everything and go.
That's right.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to have a cheeseburger because I deserve it.
Wow.
But like, you know, that would have just, I couldn't breathe. She talked it to me, and then I just, all of my emotions just came out. Like, you just think of the worst possible scenario, and it happens. Because you know your child. Like, I know there are kids that act out, and then sometimes parents can be oblivious to what their children are, but I'm very aware of what my girls are, and I know she's not going to walk around by herself. But I thought that immediately she's kidnapped.
Oh, yeah, of course. You think the worst, don't you?
And it was the longest, not even 10 minutes of my life.
Oh, that would have felt like an absolute millennium.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was my few days ago. Yeah. That happened.
I remember when I was working full time in childcare and my boys were at school, and I used to get a phone call and I couldn't leave. I could not leave because we had to stick to the ratios, like the childcare ratios.
Yes, that's
And I used to ring my husband and say, you go, or ring someone and you go, because I literally couldn't leave. So again, this is why I started my business, that flexibility. So if anything can happen, I can be a bit more accessible. But yeah, that freaks me out, that sort of situation.
Like something,
Yeah.
it's like you just go about your day, and there's something, this curveball happens,
Yeah.
and you need to be able to drop everything and go.
So something similar happened to me when I was still working full time. And Cruz was obviously in daycare because, again, I had to work full time.
Yeah.
And so his daycare rang us. Well, because they always ring the mum first.
Yeah.
And so they rang me, and I was in the middle of like this really big pitch for my job because, you know, I had a decent job. I was a marketing manager. And so I was in the middle of this big, huge pitch, and then they're ringing me, and obviously they're ringing, and I couldn't answer.
Oh my goodness.
And I know that if they're ringing me that many times, it's because something is not right. And so I just said to them, look, I've just got to step out for 2 seconds, like my son's daycare's ringing. And I stepped out, and they said, he's got a fever, he's been vomiting, like he's not well, you need to come and pick him up. And I was like, I can't leave.
Yeah. So hard.
And so I had to ring my husband and tell him, hey, like, can you go and pick him up? And he went and spoke to his boss and said, look, blah, 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 like, my son's not well, his daycare's rang. And the first thing that his job said to him was, why can't your wife go and pick him up?
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding me? I can't drop everything. We're both working full time, and he never, like, unless it's like extreme scenario, I'm always the one to go and pick him up if something goes wrong. I live early, I am the one to do it. The one time I asked him, his work just flat out was like, no, get your wife to do it.
Who gives them the audacity to say that? Hey.
And that's
Wow.
I think push for me to be like, okay, I need to build something for myself because I don't want to ever have to feel guilty about going to my son's aid who is not well.
Mm.
And at that point, I was like, no, we're gonna change things up.
That's a big decision.
Because that's not your husband saying it, it's the people around. Like, but that's just the mentality as well. It's like always go to the mum.
And he's in a very like male dominated industry.
They don't get it.
Exactly. There's not many. There's one or two females. But everyone else around him and his bosses are male, and they've all got wives who handle everything. And so for them, it's like, well, why doesn't she just do it? And it's like, okay, well, I also have a job. I can't also just drop everything. And he never takes time off, ever. If anything, like, he pulls all the overtime. He comes in early. He stays back late. Like, he does everything for this company. And I was just like, the one time I needed you to give him the grace to go and pick up our child who is not well, it became an issue.
When I'm in that momentum of editing or, you know, creating something,
that's right.
I can't stop. Because once I stop, that's it. I won't be interested anymore to continue. I'm like, I'm already in a momentum. Please don't stop. Don't even look at me. Just go do what you need to do.
And I think as women, we carry so much mental load that men have no idea. And like, you know, there was a time when, like, my husband and I, we went through this phase of like, he's like, well, just tell me what you want me to help you with. And I was like, that's not the point. Because it's simple for you to just be like, just tell me what to do. But it's the fact that I have to think about it. I have to plan for it. I have to do all the mental things that come with doing that task still lays with me. And that just defeats the purpose of you helping me. Because at that point, I might as well just do it myself.
Yeah.
And he's great in terms of like cleaning and that kind of stuff. Like, he is fantastic. I really can't complain because if I come home and he's been home, the house is spotless. But it's the other things, like, especially to do with our son, that he just, I don't know if it's just a man thing.
Yeah.
But they're not register it.
Fully aware.
It's the maternal thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously my son's in school now, and so he's got homework to do and all of these things. And I'm like, okay, well, what if one day I'm not home and you've got to do homework with him? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll just figure it out. And I was like, no, you won't, because you'll just wait till I get home.
I used to say, are there any notes? Like, did you check the bottom of the bag? Did you get the lunchbox out? Did you get the jumper out? Maybe there's like an extra jumper. There was always an extra jumper because they always didn't get. They accidentally grabbed someone else's jumper. And he's like, no, are you going to do it? It's like, again, don't put that expectation on me. You picked him up from school. Just check. There's always a note somewhere. There was always a note. So I found that was like, why do I have to think of everything?
See, my husband was lucky in a sense where he wasn't able to work from home at all until like recently. So he missed all that stuff. And I was happy that, like, my business was more of a side hustle thing. So I was always making sure, you know, I did what I needed to do at home so he could focus on the business.
Yeah.
You know, so that was my role. But he never had expectations of anything. The poor guy, if there was no dinner ready, let's go out for dinner or let's go to the parents. That was the only way he worked. Just don't have the audacity. I'm trying to keep your bed alive. How dare you? But just like example like that, that's what I was blessed with that, you know. Like, he came from a working parents, so he understood, like, both his mum and dad. And I love my mother-in-law for doing one pot wonders because that's what I rolled with from day one. Whereas my mum would have banquets.
That's my family too.
I don't like that.
My family that won't. They're so extra.
Every night.
Every night they have to make everything from scratch, and I was like, who's got the time? My mum works in the city. She doesn't get home until like 7:30, and I was like, at 7:30 you're going to be making a full 5-course banquet?
Was it an expectation or she just loved it?
So
I don't love it that much.
I feel like with my mum it was more that when she wasn't working, because back then you could survive off one income. So when my parents first migrated, my dad was the breadwinner, and my mum stayed at home until we went to school, and so she would make these huge elaborate feasts. And now that she's working, she's sort of continued doing it, except for like maybe the last year or so that my sister's now taken over, because they're living with my sister. They kind of go back and forth, and but my sister's the same. She has to make everything from scratch. That she is a teacher. She comes home tired. Sometimes she's got to do reports till the crack of dawn. But she has to make these huge elaborate meals.
Oh, like,
just throw a lasagna in the oven and call it a day.
I know.
That's me on weekends. I can do everything on a weekend. So I focus on my social media. I was cooking up a storm all weekend. But during the week, it's so one pot wonders, easy meals. The other night, you put something on social media, everyone help. They're my things. It's just whatever's easy. Just chuck it all together. And I use my oven nearly every day. What did you end up making, Joe, that night? What did you end up making?
So Badri ended up sending me this like recipe, and I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
What was it? Tell
And
me.
it was literally just like chicken and potatoes in the oven.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she put some lemon, some garlic, some salt, some
Beautiful.
pepper, and she's like, chuck it in the oven and call it a day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was the most delicious thing I have ever eaten in my entire
Never
life.
wow. Yeah, that's a
And I
go-to
was-
for us.
I
It's
know.
got lemon. That's why not a lemon.
Yeah,
And I was
lemon
just
salt.
like, but yeah, and you know what? I was so amazed at how many people came to my aid. Because I had posted obviously that I had no idea what I was going to make. I was just bored. In my mind, had arranged things that I probably could have made, but I was just bored of my rotation.
Yeah, and that's
So
good.
then I was just like,
Slow down
please, help me.
Yeah, I helped another mum, my friend. I made like a pasta with prawns, garlic, and tomatoes, and she thought that was like heaven. She's like, I'm adding this to my rotation. It was like a quick 20-minute reel recipe. She's like, I'm adding this. She thought it was like God's gift to.
And you need that. Every day it's like, what are we eating? And you know how you see those Instagram reels where you ask the husband or the family and they've got whatever sign in the fry pan?
Yeah.
That's me every day. Guys, what do you want for dinner?
Whatever.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this whatever. So then I would just rotate. But you get a bit bored of the same.
Yeah.
On that note, do you have anything organised for dinner tonight, ladies?
I've already got a chicken I'm going to put in the oven.
Mhm.
And then, potatoes. I'm doing that.
And lemons?
Lemon, garlic, everything. I'm all on something like lemon, garlic, salt, done.
Joe, what are you making for dinner?
I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't know what time I'm going to get home. Is the other issue.
Slow cooking, slow cooker. It will be your best
I
friend.
do, yeah.
I
I invested
do.
in a slow cooker.
I chuck
Because everyone
everything.
kept telling me, like, you
Yeah.
set it in the morning. By the time you get home, it's done.
Done.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Then you just do like a side if you really want.
Listen, I've been like down the doom scroll of TikTok of slow cooker recipes ever since I bought my slow cooker.
Just chuck all different things in there.
So the best one is the one you can put on the stove. You can brown everything up, stays in there, and then chuck it back into the slow cooker. Because there's different types.
What's takeout for me tonight? I've cooked all weekend, the last 3 nights, and tonight's like, no. I do my hours and grab something on the way back. So, yeah.
Perfect. I love those nights.
So, remember I was mentioning about the Meghan Markle, whatever her name is.
Meghan Markle.
Jump into honey9.com.au, ladies, and you can see what Megan is up to for celebrating.
So they do that
today.
on this.
Yes, for celebrating her daughter's 4th birthday. So jump on honey.9.com.au and you can see the little images. So for all you ladies out there listening, there's no big news. It was just her back in the hospital in the delivery room. She was trying to get the baby out and she was twerking. So that is the news today. Whoop-de-doo-dah. They're just throwing her back to where she was twerking before giving birth to Princess Lilibet.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. That is the news today.
I don't think I could even stand when I was giving birth.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to move, so.
Well, I had an epidural, so I was bedridden.
Yeah. She's dancing. That's
And Harry's dancing there too. So that is the news today. Wow. But happy birthday to little Princess Lilibet out there. But there's some cute images there. So
she can move around. She's not even doing anything bad.
no.
That's the movements you need to make.
So that was It was all over the news this morning, and now it's even on honey.com.au. So there you go. Wow.
I like seeing celebrities in real moments. We're not all prim and proper. And this poor woman is trying so hard to,
Get the baby out.
because everyone loves to hate this poor woman, and she's just trying to be her. Like, everyone loved her in Suits. I absolutely loved her in Suits. And even now getting married, like, she's married to the royal family. Like, I don't have my opinion. Like, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. So why are people giving their opinions on this family? We don't know. You know yourself, even people that you know on social media, they know this one thing, but then she's also got the media. They need clickbait. They need people to read them their articles. So they're going to say all these random things, and she's just living her life.
So yeah, poor lady was trying to get the baby out, and it's like, wow.
God forbid she has some fun, It's such a beautiful and traumatic time of a woman's life.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I'm going to take one last sip, and we'll call it a day today's maybe.
Yes. I didn't even sip at all during this.
I did it. Well, there you go. It's time to take a sip, Karma. So we're coming back next time talking about from idea to income. So start thinking, ladies, and we'll see you very soon on Take a Sip podcast. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.